What was the moment that made your parents realize that you couldn't take it anymore? Ever since I started high school, I was the target of bullying. Everyone in my year seemed to know I was weird. About half the year, mostly boys started picking on me. At first, it was only one boy, someone who was actually my friend. He began by calling me stupid and weird, telling me that nobody liked me. I tried to ignore it, even though it hurt more than I ever let on. But over time, the bullying stopped being verbal and became physical. I have loved reading since primary school, thanks to an amazing teacher who encouraged me. Because of that love, I was always careful with my books. I hated putting them in my bag because I was afraid they would get ruined, so I carried them instead. One day while I was walking home, that same boy ran up to me and tried to take my book, saying it was his. We tugged back and forth until he suddenly let go, shoved me into the school fence, kicked me in the stomach, and ran away. I was completely shocked. Up until that moment, he had been kind to me. That day changed everything. After that, the bullying only got worse. I was pushed in hallways, had my hair pulled, and was constantly called names. He would grab my books off my desk and hit me with them. Slowly, more people joined in. Eventually, they began telling me to end my life. One day in class, the main boy said that if I did, he would throw a party and everyone would come because everyone hated me. The boys and even some girls laughed and agreed. I cried while one of my friends hugged me. That was only my first year. As the years went on, I began to change. At the start of fourth year, I noticed that noise became unbearable. In one math class, normal teenage chatter suddenly felt overwhelming, like I could hear everything at once. I developed intense anxiety whenever I left the house, even if I wasn't going to school. I also began having panic attacks where I felt like I couldn't breathe and thought I was going to die. My bullies noticed these changes and used them against me. One boy saw me holding my ears in class and grabbed my hands, trying to force them down while saying it wasn't even loud. My math teacher saw this and shouted, "Do not touch her." I fled to the bathroom, shaking and terrified. When class ended, that same boy punched me in the stomach as punishment for getting him in trouble. My parents already knew what was happening and were trying everything they could. Sometimes my dad walked me home because the bullies followed me. At first, he did it once a month, but after one of the bullies threw food I had made all over me, he began walking me home twice a week. I felt terrible. He worked nights and needed to sleep during the day, yet he gave that up to protect me. The bullies were scared of him. He's tall and strong, but the person I worried about most was my mom. She was constantly anxious and furious that the school barely helped. One moment still breaks my heart. In second year, I came home and lied to my mom, saying my day was fine. She knew it wasn't. We had a small argument, and I went to my room. I threw my shoes on the floor in frustration. Less than a minute later, my mom ran in, hugged me, and started crying. She said she thought the noise meant I had ended my life. I immediately understood and apologized. That was when I realized how terrified she was of losing me. I was exhausted. I just wanted the pain to stop. One day in fourth year, I came home and told my mom about my day. She asked what she could do to help, and suddenly I broke down. I cried so hard I couldn't hear anything else. My mom hugged me and held me until I could breathe again. That was the moment my parents realized I truly couldn't take it anymore, and that they wouldn't accept this continuing. They decided that if nothing improved in fifth year, I could leave school and go to college early. When they told me, I asked if they were okay with it since they wanted me to stay until sixth year. My dad looked at my mom, then said, "What matters most to us is you being safe." I have never felt more loved. Things didn't improve, but my guidance teacher found me a wonderful youth worker who supported me through the rest